Steve. I didn't even know he wasn't here today. Who else isn't here?
Is he a lot of followers?
He hasn't been here since Wednesday.
Yeah, he hasn't been here since Wednesday. Who knew? Right. I know. It's like, what?
You're kidding, right?
Hasn't been?
All right, let's say hi to Stryker. He's good for one.
What?
Actually using him to get to something. Go ahead, Stryker.
Good morning, boys. Love you. Love the show.
Thank you, Stryker.
Hey, Mayor Menino was being mocked something fierce yesterday on ESPN for his mumble mouth full of marble.
Now, we've been talking about the mayor of Boston since '95, I guess, when we were up there. So 15 years.
Forever.
And finally, mainstream media is picking up on the fact this guy can't talk. Finally. ESPN was all over this yesterday. He mispronounced David Stern's name. And ESPN thought it was hilarious, played the clip all fucking day. I mean, all day. They couldn't get enough of this Mayor Menino thing. Finally.
I thought the ionic line was better yet.
Oh, he does a faux pas.
Yeah,
on the word.
What did they do on ESPN? They did the David Stern fuck up, right?
They did both of them. They did the David Stern fuck up where he calls him Donald Stern.
Yeah, we got that.
And then they
Thanks for giving it away, by the way, Stryker. Jesus, how long have you been listening to us?
There's a certain lack of respect, by the way Menino, to not know David Stern's name. It's like, I understand once in a while, but he fucks up so much.
Yeah.
There's a certain lack of respect with that. It's like, just read the paper, you fucking twat.
Yeah, how about you educate yourself?
Dope.
Yeah, but how he fucks up these names, it's wow. He called him Donald instead of David, and then Stearns.
Stearns,
and
like Jay Moore's?
Yeah.
And then he's referring to somebody as an iconic player, but he actually calls him an ionic.
Yeah, we got that one, too. All right, we'll play both of these, Stryker. Thank you, sir.
The guy's an idiot.
How about a moronic mayor?
He's just a jerk.
Adult.
That's the word of the day today. Use it freely.
You
It's
fucking
fun.
jerk.
You're a jerk. Here's Mayor Menino talking about Donald Stearns, Anthony.
Right.
Thank you, Donald Stearns. Thank you, NBA. And thanks to Shamrock Foundation, all they do for the children of Boston. Thank you very much.
The children of Boston.
Nothing he says sounds sincere. This fucking fatso doesn't have a sincere bone in his body.
Hey, man, he's got a lot of power, though. He fucking kicked our asses out of Boston.
Yeah.
They even caught him on tape going, I think today's the day it happens. Remember that, Ant?
Fire day.
Remember that?
Sheesh, what a grouch.
I think today is the day it goes down. He was all excited.
He said something like fire day. Like, he even fucked that up.
He probably meant to say Friday. It's a dope.
Friday day.
Donald Stearns. Wow. No one's... whatever. And then you got the Boston Ionic athlete thing that he said. Listen to this. The mayor of Boston.
In Boston, we have an amazing set of remarkable athletes whose action in a moment have a...
Just want to remind people, I can't say it enough, this is the mayor of one of the biggest cities in America.
Exactly.
And he can't communicate to the people.
It's insincere. There's an insincerity with that really annoys me.
That more than how he mispronounces everything?
Yes, because it's not charming with him. It's like he's a guy blowing over and reading everything he sees without thinking about it, without 1 ounce of fucking feeling. To me, he's a very insincere guy.
Well, wait till you hear what he says here. He gets it all wrong.
In Boston, we have an amazing set of remarkable athletes whose action in a moment have become ionic in sports.
Ionic?
Ionic.
What is the definition of ionic?
That's something with ions in it.
I'm thinking, yeah.
If you have ions,
it's a science.
Something is ionic.
It's a science term.
There's the ionic breeze from
hey, I got
Sharper
one of those.
Image.
I got an ionic breeze.
It filters. Then our athletes can filter your air with the ionic breeze. They're very ionic athletes.
All the athletes turned into that?
Yeah.
That's just weird.
It's very ionic. Ionic.
We have an amazing set of remarkable athletes whose action in a moment have become ionic in sports. Havlicek stole the ball, Fisk waving the ball fair, Fleury launching the Hail Mary pass, Veritek splitting the uprights.
Veritek splitting the uprights.
Yeah?
Not thinking about a word he's saying. Just a babbling, insincere fuck.
Well, let's start with that one.
Now,
Veritek plays baseball.
Yeah, why is Veritek splitting the uprights?
That's what made it so amazing.
That made it ionic.
He meant Vinatieri, I guess.
Vinatieri would split the uprights.
And he, how did he say fluty? I gotta listen to the
Piccolo-y.
In sports,
Trumpety.
Havlicek stole the ball. Fisk waving the ball fair. Flutie launching the Hail Mary pass. Veritek splitting the uprights.
Doug Fruity. That's great. Kevin from Connecticut.
It almost sounded like fist.
Fruity.
And then he said fist.
Fiddlisk Varnes. And whose dress is that? It's not my flaw. Not now, not never.
Yeah, Doug Fruit Roll-Ups or something, right?
Oh, Chip, indeed. Christ, man.
I better fist. I better fiddlisk. Barned. Patters, compadre, little kid in the background fucking going crazy.
Kid in Boston in the background going fucking crazy.
Let's say hi to Zach in Denver.
Zachary?
Yep. How you guys doing today? Big fan of the show. I've never seen a picture of this. Does he have a saggy face from like a stroke? It sounds like
He's got like a bulldog type face, but not from a stroke. And he's got a giant tongue, like a mongoloid retard tongue in his mouth, and he cannot speak over this thing.
Punch it out, guys.
All right,
Good question, though, about a stroke.
Yes.
We broke this down many years ago. We think it's because he has a very large fucking tongue.
It's a giant tongue, and that his whole mouth is like a bulldog. It's big. You know, bulldogs can't breathe. They're like, that's him talking. He can't do it.
Now, we have to play some of the older clips again. We have to.
Of course.
I'm holding in my hand Mumblez Menino disc number 2. And on disc number 2 has 35 tracks.
All your favorite Mumblez Menino hits.
That means disc number 1 has at least 35 tracks.
Yeah.
So what do you want to hear? Crusades against video games.
Anything's gold.
The best of Mumble. Want to just go with the best of Mumblez Menino?
Best of.
Even for the hardcore listeners, they don't give a shit. They'll listen to this crap again. Menino says something about being mayor here. The mayor of Boston.
I have a piece of legislation that will be heard at the legislature tomorrow. My staff will be testifying on the...
Hold on. I don't know what the hell happened there. Sorry, Anthony.
You can be the head of John Hancock. You can be the publisher of the Globe. And I'll tell you when you was mayor of the city of Boston. You could be mayor of Boston. Because we all come from the same place.
Mayor of Boston to Mayor of Boston to Mayor of Boston.
Seriously, what did he just say there?
I have no idea.
Like, what was he trying to say there?
None idea.
And then you got this. Says summer fun will be... Oh, yeah, this is a classic. And it's summertime, so this is perfect. Perfect. The mayor of Boston.
When you're trying to plot your summer fun, look for the oversized map pins. There'll be a different attractions across our city.
Oversized mappins? What is a mappin? That's what a big-headed retard pulls out, all disappointed. A mappin. Sorry about your motorcycle ride in Europe, dummy.
Exactly. Guess you'll have to take a fucking some kind of ride on death on a bed alone. While Cher cries about her own daughter's son.
What's the matter? Wake him up for school, dummy.
Come on, Rocky. Get up. You've been in bed for 3 months.
Not acting like a lady Gaga kind of a thing. The news. Paparazzi. Why was she flipping the people? Why would people boo her though? Like I don't believe me. I'm not a fan. But why? Because
that's what
start booing.
Because that's what New Yorkers do.
Yeah,
they're not going to start cheering.
They boo.
Yeah, they did a big boo. A lot of fucking Bobo calls. Fuck that.
Cares. Up.
Exactly. What are we going to cover with this? We
click.
Yeah.
Bobo.
Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Poor bastard.
All right, I believe Bill Burr and Jim Jefferies are here, so we should take a little break, clear the field.
Bring them in.
We'll continue with those guys. Busy show. We got Victoria Zadrock coming in. She's very sexy. Aunt doesn't like her that much.
No, Dr. Z.
You don't like the look, I guess. Or not your type.
Not my type. I don't really like the plastic-looking kind of...
She's a great guest, though.
Yeah, she's a good guest. It's just I don't like that plastic-looking sex surrogate type thing going on. The big bleach blonde hair and the fake titties and the. It's
not your thing.
No.
I forget. I don't know what she's promoting. We'll find out. And
I like them all natural.
Also, Ian Halperin coming in.
Now he's my type. Yeah,
very excited that he's in studio.
Yes, very excited.
And he better be bringing his saxophone. And then Dana White will be doing a phone call at 10 o'clock for the big Chuck Liddell fight going on this weekend.
Right.
All right, stay there.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
Opie and Anthony, Bill Burr in studio. And we were just discussing that, it was Bill Burr's birthday yesterday, and he forgot. You pretty much forgot it was your birthday. You had to be reminded.
I forgot until, like, 12:30 a.m. Basically the night before, my girlfriend sent me a text message. Happy birthday, baby. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, my God.
But, dude, when's the last time, other than turning 21 so I could booze, the birthdays really kind of taper off.
You kind of want the birthdays to slow down.
Yeah.
When you're 15, 16, you're like, oh, man, I just want to be 18. You get to 18, oh, man, I just want to be 21. And then around 22, 23, you're like, all right, let's slow these fucking birthdays down.
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to get, a racetrack?
Yeah.
Pushing 30. What the fuck? Yeah.
I just celebrated a birthday, I was telling you, but now I got to tell the audience. Greatest turnout for my birthday ever. And it was a who gives a shit age, meant nothing. But my house was completely filled with family and friends, right?
Right.
They were there to see my kid.
Yeah.
That was born 2 weeks earlier. But they're like, no, we're here for your birthday. No, you're not. Let's cut to the chase. It's a weekend, and you're here to see the kid.
It's over.
That's
it's
2
like,
weeks
you know,
old.
It's like when you have a baby, it's like you're friends with a celebrity. All of a sudden, people are just trying to worm their way in.
Right. That's so
looking over your shoulder at the other. So beautiful. Standing there like, I'm a fucking person, too.
Yeah. You went out for your birthday yesterday, you were telling us?
Yeah, DeRosa's opened it for me. She dragged me out. Caroline's got me a cake, which was awesome. It was hilarious. By the end of the night, I had a big birthday cake and a glass of whiskey in front of me. I'm like, this isn't going to end good.
That doesn't go well together.
You drink the whiskey?
Yeah, you don't get a hangover. But I don't go
How
hard.
How the fuck do you not get a hangover with
I don't
whiskey?
know.
I don't.
All right, you want to hear the barroom logic? I mean,
I would love to hear
There's no sugar and the DNA with the thing, and you're like, yeah.
It's such bullshit.
They say that with the sugary drinks. The sugary drinks cause the hangovers.
Yeah, because I find when I do drink too many with whiskey, though, I definitely know I drank last night, but there's not that.
Really?
There's not that moment of the
how many
lethal
whiskeys?
weapon, I'm too old for this shit moment.
Wouldn't the sugar in the cake kind of contribute?
Yeah, I think that's what kind of killed me.
Well, yeah, that's why
killed me.
He was joking like that's all bullshit.
Usually people don't have a
birthday
side.
cake and whiskey. What a fucking
But
great
then
combination.
People go, no, you got to drink clear. If
Oh,
you
right,
drink
right,
clear
right.
booze like vodka, then you're okay the
No
next
hangover.
day.
Yeah,
How many whiskeys are too many?
Oh, Jesus.
Wouldn't one whiskey be too many?
Two's too many. At my age, too many. So I had one, and then I switched over to Budweiser, which is like water to someone
After
like me.
that.
So I had like half of that, and
I didn't know you were a whiskey drinker. I thought you were just a beer guy.
No, I was drinking beer, and then I started getting a beer belly, and I was like, rather than be like, oh, I should probably quit drinking. I'm
Right. You
I need
switched
to pick
drinks.
an alcohol that isn't going to physically show me what I'm doing to my body. So then I did that thing. I heard that one. Dude, you drink the clear. Look, it looks like water.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no calories in it.
Yeah, so then I was a Belvedere guy for a while. I still every once in a while have that. But I got to admit, like, first time you have whiskey, it's horrible. You feel like you're drinking out of a dirty ashtray. And then the worst thing is when you develop a taste for it.
You do develop a taste for it?
Yeah, that's
every
what- that's
time
what got
I've
it back.
tried whiskey, I'm like,
That's
who
a
the
rough
fuck
one,
would
dude.
drink this?
It was old granddad's whiskey.
That just sounds like a whiskey.
Yeah, old granddad.
Oh, granddad's aged balls and mesquite just hanging in this barrel.
At what age
I
do you
could drink
stop
it with
drinking
Coke or ginger ale or something like that?
Oh, yeah, you gotta put a mixer
Jack and
in it.
Coke. Yeah, I can't drink a straight.
You don't drink
fucking-
straight whiskey, right, Aunt?
No.
Old granddad, that's something you drank.
That was
You
rough
drank
shit.
that when you were 15, 16, right?
Yeah.
I don't think adults drink it, do they?
They don't?
I don't know, do they? I don't think so.
Jack Daniel's whiskey.
Yeah, that's your generic mixing whiskey. And then Maker's
Yeah, that's
Mark.
all that. Then you get a problem, and you start reading up on it and the difference between whiskeys and scotches and single malts.
Whiskey Aficionado
Is
magazine.
Is it a blend?
You drink
Is that
bourbon?
a blend?
You start smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
No, dude, I kind of stay away from that. This girl last night was drinking tequila, and I almost fucking puked on her just because I had a rough one. What the hell was it? I did my gig in Boston, and somebody I hadn't seen in a while showed up. So me, Joe, and somebody else, and he starts going, "Come on!" Like he's one of these dudes who still parties like he's a sophomore in college,
I hate that.
So we start going. And
you hate that? You're the guy. You're that guy.
Yeah, Anthony, what are you talking about?
I'm really not.
Come on,
I'm really not. I'm not Mr.
Look at the complete
tons
lack of eye
guys.
contact.
I know. You can hang with the best of them.
You're the guy that tries to start a conga line with 50 guys with white hoods on their heads.
And you're the guy. You don't realize that?
I'm not shot
You're the guy
guy.
that could still... Yeah, but you're the guy that could still drink with the best of them.
No, not shot. You just sip it like a gentleman.
A gentleman?
Yeah.
You sip tequila?
How's that?
Who sips
no,
tequila?
No, not tequila.
No, tequila is all like fucking shot.
Yeah, you're
I
all
will
in
not
with
sit
that.
there and do shots of tequila all fucking
Dude,
night.
it was so...
No
This is
way.
how bad it was. And then DeRosa fucking on the slide was tapping out. He kept ordering waters.
Motherfucker.
So I thought like his shot was my shot. So I doubled up at one point, and yeah. All I know is I don't really remember coming home, and I woke up the next day. There was not only puke in the toilet, there was a leaf from a tree. And I was in a city, and I don't ever remember being around any sort of a tree. Might have been a bay leaf. I don't know what it was. I don't remember having any food.
That's... Wow. What is that?
I don't know what it is. It was fucking horrific.
Holy shit.
It was terrific. It was tequila. So, so last night this girl standing there, you really funny. You know, what's the name of your dog? Some psycho accent. And I was like, oh, yeah, you drinking water? She goes, no, it's tequila. And I kind of had leaned in and I got a whiff of that. So I was like, oh.
Ugh.
That's rough.
No, tequila. Everyone has their bad booze stories, and tequila is
one of them for you?
me. Oh, yeah, waking up on the bathroom floor with tile marks on your face and just kind of looking around, not knowing where you are, how you got there. And it was all fucking about tequila. And that was back in the
bath
80s.
mat feels awesome.
Yeah, he's
You're like, let me just curl up in this pubic hair.
If you can't get your ass off the bathroom fucking floor and into bed because you know you'll just puke.
You know what, though?
That's horrid.
Bill brings up a great point. The bath. Oh, by the face now.
Pau Gasol's
they hate
face.
Your team.
All of them. Back in the day when the Yankees Red Sox when we could never beat them, Chuck Knobloch's face.
Oh.
When he would come up, that squinty look on his face.
Yeah.
His OCD ritual you didn't like when he would tap his hat and touch everything.
Oh.
He had an
We
OCD
had
ritual.
Nomar, so I'm sure it was just as annoying. But yeah.
So you watched the Celtics last night?
No, actually, I had a
it's a good game.
I had the second show, so I did that, and I was actually relieved. I was relieved that I didn't emotionally go through it. And then when I came out and signed the DVDs, it was like a minute left, and I saw they were up by 6 and had the ball.
Right.
And I literally just went right up to fucking DEFCON 5, freaking out. I really enjoyed your show. Fucking Celtics! I knew it! And the reality is I didn't know it. I thought the Lakers were going to go up 3-1.
Tied 2-2.
Yeah, I know.
It's a real good series. Did you hear Menino's clip? We should play it again for Bill Burr.
Fantastic.
Mayor Menino. You know he can't talk, right?
Jolt.
Oh, yeah.
He had this to say about David Stern. I guess he was giving David Stern an award in Boston.
This guy's prolific.
Listen to this.
Thank you, Donald Stearns. Thank you, NBA. And thanks to Shamrock Foundation, all they do for the children of Boston. Thank you very much.
Donald Stearns.
Right out of the gate.
Donald Stern. Thank you, Donald Stern.
Stearns.
And what about the...
you want to play the other one?
The other one with the...
The other one was... Bill turned us on to that.
She's
Oh, wait, you got
about
to do the backstory.
The ionic.
You got to do
I don't know the backstory on this.
No, this is the Veritech?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Fantastic.
What's the backstory?
The backstory is I'm up in Boston doing a gig, and Menino goes up there, and they were dedicating a statue to Bobby Orr. So they were talking about all the legendary moments in Boston sports. First of all, he couldn't understand a word he was saying, and then finally he goes, and when Vinatieri split the uprights, who can forget that? Not Vinatieri, sorry, Veritech.
Veritech.
When Veritech split the uprights, who can forget that? And everyone's just like, Jesus Christ. So I call him up because I know you guys hate it. I'm thinking it's going to go to voicemail because Opie never picks up. So I call, and Opie picks up. I'm like, holy shit, he picked up. So I'm like, hey, dude, what's going on? I go, I got another Mayor Menino thing. I'm up here in Boston. People are still asking about O&A. We're talking for like 5 minutes. We start talking playoff hockey. And all of a sudden I hear this baby crying in the background. And he goes, oh, dude, by the way, you know I had a kid, right? And I was like, no, I had no idea. And he goes, oh, he thought I was like so socially awkward. I was like calling up to congratulate him for a baby, for having a baby, but I gave him a Menino bit on the way and talked about,
I was wondering what's going on. I'm thinking, well, I guess he's obviously calling because he found out I had a kid, because I got calls from all the guys pretty much.
Yeah.
And then we're just talking. I'm like, I guess he's going to eventually congratulate me. And then the kid's crying. I'm like, oh, that's my kid in the background. He goes, dude, you had a kid? I'm like, yeah, I thought that's why you're calling.
Yeah, usually when somebody calls up, say, hey, man, I'm just calling to congratulate you. You had a boy. Dude, that's awesome. You got to get him playing hockey. Blah, blah, blah.
It was so awkward.
But I'm sitting there talking about no-touch icing.
And then what'd you say? You must think I'm the biggest asshole or the biggest
the most socially awkward.
But here's the clip you turned me on to by calling me that day when you should have been congratulating me.
In Boston, we have an amazing set of remarkable athletes whose action in the moment have become ionic. In sports, Havlicek stole the ball, Fisk waving the ball fair, Flutie launching the Hail Mary pass, Veritek splitting the uprights.
I even like when he says that. Flutie launching the Hail Mary. Pass.
He reads line by line.
Yeah, he is retarded.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he has like a governor on how many words in a row he can read.
Yeah.
There was just one more word. Come on.
Fuck punctuation. I have to stop now.
Hail Mary means pass.
That
Hail
was the
Mary.
greatest thing.
Who could
ever?
Forget? Who could forget? He goes, who could forget?
Apparently you.
Oh,
what a dolt.
But you're not a World Cup guy, right?
No, I actually get into that.
You get into the soccer?
What's going on with this soccer thing?
It's starting to kind of take off. I don't know why.
We're going to miss the boat on this World Cup
Well, it's actually like a true championship. You are actually playing the world.
It is World Cup.
Yeah, we are pretty cocky when we play the World Series and it's all teams.
Yeah, and the shit talking gets crazy because usually, Boston, New York, you're talking about buildings. Who has a better city?
Yeah.
Right. Country to country, you can bring up war, genocide.
People actually die for their team.
Gross national product. You're just like
your
bringing
currency.
Up all kinds of shit, your shitty currency.
And isn't soccer the only sport where they kill the athletes for not doing well?
Well, Colombia does,
They've had a few
Own
of those.
goal.
Iraq, too.
Huh?
He yelled own goal and shot him because the Colombian guy kicked the fucking ball into his own goal by accident.
Yeah.
And that the man who shot him yelled own goal.
Own
goal, and then shot him.
You never want to hear own goal.
I don't know if I hate that or really admire it. I wish athletes here were treated that way.
Own goal.
This generation would now just be soccer kick fail, and then they
epic fail.
Epic fail.
Fail.
LOL.
Shoot him.
OMG.
Does the U.S. have a good team?
Oh, dude, I don't have any fucking idea.
Okay.
I just know we're playing England, and they take it seriously. It's almost like why I used to watch the Tour de France was I just loved that France took it so seriously.
Yeah.
And this American who they were convinced was on drugs, but they couldn't prove it, kept winning, so it was fun.
Was that Floyd Landis or
that was
what's
Floyd
his name?
Merriweather?
Floyd Merriweather?
No, it was
Lance Armstrong.
Lance
Lance?
Armstrong.
What about the other guy, though?
This fucking
LeMond.
half-empty bag.
Greg LeMond.
Greg LeMond?
Who fucking is always trying to rat out Lance. I think he's mad because another American won.
I don't know, whatever.
Lance evidently has a heart like Secretariat. He's got some sort of weird thing so he can actually
That's not
have
normal.
Yeah, so they're convinced he's on drugs.
When it's just a birth defect working in his favor.
Pumping blood like a fire hose.
Yeah.
What's that heart? It pumps more blood than it should?
More oxygen in his
Well, you know what?
blood
This is actually this is classic me. I don't know what the fuck's. I just brought something up.
Excuse me. Microphone in front of you.
Yeah,
oh, that's right.
You got to be right.
You're an expert.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Exactly.
Have confidence, my friend.
That's his side of the story, like his doctors and everything. And then some guy who's like a former drug addict or something on his team actually said, no, he was doing drugs. And they're like, oh, he's a degenerate.
Isn't that there another thing they do where they like take blood out from the guy and then they store it, refrigerate it, then they wait for you to naturally rebuild up your blood supply, and then they dump that extra blood into you so you have more blood in your body.
Oh,
like,
you gain like 4 pounds of blood.
Blood. It's just like more blood pumping through your fucking
Is that good
vein.
for you?
I don't know what that would do.
Not if you cut yourself shaving that day.
Yeah.
I guess.
It fucking just oil rig gushes out of you.
Or
like
maybe
the oil spill.
it's just the blood cells. Maybe they like put more red blood cells in you, and that way you got more cells to grab the oxygen and disperse it through your body.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just when I was worried, I didn't know what I was talking about.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just assuming that's what it would be for. You know, you got extra blood cells, which means extra oxygen.
And it goes into the pancreas, right? Which is sort of like the Grand Central Station of the organs.
I like when they
and the enzymes,
organs to things. You know, it's like the kidney, which is really like a pool filter of the organs in your body.
Yeah, dumb it down to some blue-collar job.
The oil pump of the body being your heart, and the stomach
has a valve.
is the greasy spoon truck stop diner of the body.
You've ever looked into the back of your toilet and seen that flapper covering the holes, much like the valve.
Toilet flapper of the human body.
I didn't have confidence, but I was right. Floyd Landis is the Lance Armstrong rat Bill is talking about.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, okay.
I didn't have confidence in it, so I stopped. Floyd Landis, who I think won it one year at least.
No, he didn't.
He never won it?
No, he's bitter.
He's
They're
bitter for
just
not winning
jealous.
it? He didn't win it? All right. See, that's why I have no confidence in this.
Bobo got $2. Apparently, Bobo got $2. He's ready to go
back to
home.
this?
Hopefully they're delivered on the edge of a fist.
I just want to see how we got it. Hey, dummy.
We got 60 seconds with you, Bobo. You got the $2.25 to go back home?
Yeah, a fan just happened to say, "Aren't you Bobo?" and handed it to me.
How much?
Handed me the $2.
But don't you need $2.25?
I got 25 cents.
Oh, wow.
All
Fuck
right.
me running.
So you're on your way home now, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk out to the bus, head home.
Well, you walk out in front of one.
So I'm gonna
Right.
I'm just gonna head home and do what else I always do on the weekend.
What's that?
Watch TV.
Oh.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Jerk off.
Thanks, Bobo. Have a great weekend. We got to cut you short today.
Yeah, I know.
We got big stars in the studio today. We don't need you.
See you guys in 2 weeks.
Right, goodbye.
All right. Lance Armstrong's heartbeat is slower than a regular human's, is what people are saying.
Oh.
So if you really slow
so
it
that
down.
means he doesn't get nervous when he's on the bicycle.
And then there's something called, and the blood doping is what you're
Sounds
talking
good.
about, increasing
Blood
the amount of
doping.
red
Oh,
blood
wow.
cells in your
That's
body.
good. Yeah.
Exactly. The juxtaposition to the white cells is what then gives you that extra speed in your legs.
Oh. Exactly.
It's when they remove blood from Eric and inject it into you.
Blood doping.
So, blood doping does give you the extra white cells?
Red blood cells. Yeah.
Red?
See,
I think you want the reds.
But
I
wait,
don't think you want the
red.
whites.
How do they give you the fucking
too
extra
many
cells
whites.
without the extra blood?
How do you sneak bags of blood in with those little European vans that you ride around in that are made out of tin?
They could probably do it before you before you
ride?
leave. You know,
How long does it
before you
last
go.
for, and how long does it to take effect?
How about who thought of this?
Yeah, fucking.
Said, you know what? I think this is going to work.
And
You
where
wanna be
does
the
it
guinea
go?
pig?
Like, how does it work through your body where your body realizes, you got too much blood in there. We got to fucking.
Dude, there's
do
a group
something
of
with it.
doctors that just know everything.
Yeah.
They're actually sitting in some big house.
Dr. Steve. He
Every
know.
every person who comes up to bat, they just know who's doing what.
They know. Yeah. Oh, this guy. Yeah.
This guy here.
We know what he's on.
Yeah, I'll tell you why he's got 18 triples in April.
Another. The Mets had a one-hitter. The pitching is out of control this year in Major League Baseball
I know, there's been like 3 perfect games.
because they fucking took out the steroids.
They're
right?
saying they took the big hitters right out of the fucking mix when they did this steroid thing. So the pitching is now it's more effective.
It's out of control this year.
They can't see it. They are getting some really good fucking pitchers though coming up.
True.
Pretty nasty.
Hey, Bill.
Who's that new kid they got?
Lee Strasberg.
Yeah. He fucking throws 100 miles an hour.
I don't know what his name is.
It's something like
Lee,
that, though.
Lee Strasberg.
Steven Strasberg.
Steven Strasberg.
Lee Strasberg is the actor.
Oh, it is Strasberg? Jesus,
Yeah, it
that was
is.
good.
Yeah.
Well, no, we have a closer.
They called it Strasmus when he first pitched.
Yeah, this is like the biggest thing in Washington ever.
Yeah. Washington needs something.
Of course they do.
And,
they used to
they-
be the Expos. Let's not forget.
Yeah, they actually have a pitcher,
A really
not a
good
belly
one.
itcher. Yes.
He's extremely good.
Well, I like how the Senators failed miserably originally.
Yeah.
They were considered one of the worst franchises. I mean, they just folded.
Yep.
In case you didn't know what folded meant, I brought my fingers together like that.
So you
Folded.
folded your fingers.
Which could have also been pinched.
They pinched.
They just stopped playing and no one cared.
No one.
Yeah, and then,
They really.
And then you come back and you rename it the same loser name.
Yeah.
How about the congressman? You know, just
Mix it up a little bit. Representatives.
the lobbyists.
How about the boy fuckers? Really updated.
Page rapers.
Yeah, exactly.
Banker blowers.
And once again, not having confidence. Landis did win a Tour de France. My confidence
No, he
sucks
didn't.
today.
Did he?
I think he did.
He didn't.
Floyd Landis did win.
Floyd Landis didn't.
Hold
Only
on.
Greg LeMond. You want to bet? I'll bet you.
I have
I'll
much
bet
more
you
faith
a
in
thermal.
Bill.
I'll bet you a thermal. You seem to like to wear
I
those
love
a lot.
the thermals.
I
yeah.
know you do.
Very comfortable
I'll
in the
bet you a
morning.
thermal with a T-shirt over it.
That's
Okay, that'll be your look right through Wednesday. This is a big thing. I'm pushing all the chips in.
Dane in Montana.
Dude, I'm
Look
fucking
it up. Floyd Landis.
What's going on, boys? Hey, Floyd Landis did win the Tour de France, except that they...
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. They caught him doping, so they took his...
So technically, he didn't win the Tour de
So he
France.
didn't
So
win.
I
He
think
didn't.
Bill is probably right.
So Bill is wrong. He did win it.
No, but
No,
he
he
didn't
didn't.
if they took it away from him. They gave it to the other guy.
You
The
didn't
other
That's
guy
like
won.
somebody steals a car and he says, "This is my car," and then they go, "No, it isn't. You stole it." Yeah, but
So who's right?
before
But
you
he's
figured out
driving
that
it.
I stole it,
Yeah.
it looked like it was mine.
He didn't win.
But did you know at least he won
He's
at
cheating.
first before they took it away from him?
I was convinced I was wrong. I was just fucking around.
Yeah,
All
they,
right, boys. Take care.
they took it away from him. So technically, I guess he did not win the Tour de France.
Actually, you know what? I heard that was
Tour de
bullshit.
France.
That was some French stuff.
Some Frenchies
Some
fucking
Frenchies,
around with him.
they were mad.
Yeah, pissed off.
God
that they
damn it,
didn't win.
another one.
Hey, changing gears, oil spill. I'm thinking you might have a conspiracy theory on this. Although you're not doing conspiracy theories as much, Bill.
I do.
Are you trying to fade out of the conspiracy theories?
They were driving me crazy. I know. I
You tapped out?
No, I still have my theories.
This is the Obama administration that is responsible for this, the whole thing, because he tried to appease people by saying he was going to drill.
I like when Bush
do more
was in
drilling.
office, he wasn't into conspiracy theory. Now he is. Okay.
Oh no! Now they're all happening.
Politics.
See, because he had said he was going to start drilling, and people were like, "Yeah, good. We need more oil. We're going to start drilling." And he said, "Yeah, we're going to look into drilling." And then he had his people blow up this platform, get this leak going, so now he can say, I don't want to drill, because he never wanted to drill in the first place, and now he's got a reason, and the public will be like, yeah, we shouldn't drill.
Okay.
So he's responsible for the whole thing, his administration.
They just swam right up to that thing that they had a camera on.
They sent Navy SEALs with thermite paint, and they painted the thing and blew it up.
You got a theory on this, Bill?
I
Where's the internet saying?
I have a theory. I saw a thing the other day where this guy had 21 kids that then produced 90 grandchildren, and I think what's coming out of his dick is worse for the environment than what's coming out of the ocean. You know?
God damn.
That's an environmental disaster.
Are you talking about 19
he-
and counting? Does your girl watch 19 and counting?
No,
or is it 18 and
No,
counting?
it was in Rolling Stone. It was some R&B singer, of
course,
who I had never heard of.
Sure.
Right, and he had dude. There's another kid in Tennessee. He's 29 years old. He has 21 kids, and they
22 women.
And they go, they go like what? He goes, I don't know. He goes, it just happened.
It just happened.
He goes,
My
it
dick
just
fell
it
into
just
another chicken.
happened. Like 2 years, he had 4 children. He had 4 children, 2 separate years.
Oh God!
Wow.
So now they're trying to break up his check for all the child support.
Oh, wow.
Which is literally coming out to like 37 cents per person. So they're dragging him in jail. It's like it's horrible. He produced 21 fucking kids who really aren't going to have a father.
No.
Who are gonna, then do what the fuck he did, unless they go to therapy.
No, this is
and learn that it's wrong.
It's not going to be.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not going to be changed.
And you
do
can't
you even know
sterilize
90
people.
people's names? Forget about the
No.
extra 21. Like you could even.
Oh, that's insane. Yeah, was it somebody who is maybe from a background that is stereotypically known to procreate at a ridiculous rate?
I think you're kind of in your own. You're in your own league when you do stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do you? India, a bunch of people over there have like fucking 12
okay.
kids.
India,
you know.
yeah, it's
I mean,
good.
we can
True.
steer it into the black neighborhoods again, like you always like to.
All right. Let me do that now by commenting on a video clip I saw yesterday
Anthony.
What? No.
You know what you're like? You're like me when I was into conspiracy theory, and all I did was read shit that supported my opinion. I already had my mind made up, and I was like, see, there you go.
No.
And after a while, I realized that was...
I'm still not convinced that Michael wasn't a pedophile, but I'm no longer 100% convinced that he was. It really did raise a lot of questions.
Well,
that's literally how I feel.
I don't think he was, but I think there was a crime nonetheless. You can't, as a man...
I hate the fact that he's actually said this to himself alone, and like this is like a Bob Kelly moment. This is a rehearsed thing. I think there was a crime nonetheless. It's not something you improv.
No, but it's...
No one has ever improv'd that.
If I could interject.
No, but you can't be a 40-year-old man and sleep in bed with kids. It doesn't matter if you don't fuck them. You just can't.
Well, you know, who said anything about sleep?
It's like you can't use the argument that he was childlike. Like, I'm a childish guy. You can't. Yeah. You know, it's still frowned upon.
Yeah.
Well, the chef's giving us nothing. You want to cook something?
What was his favorite? Did he really like Kentucky Fried Chicken, like Magic Johnson said, or was that just because I heard he was a vegetarian, right? But then he had like a thing for fast food chicken.
He actually wasn't 100% vegetarian, no.
Right.
But he ate very well, very healthy, all organic meats, but he didn't have any red meat. He had mostly chicken and turkey and fish.
Oh.
And super healthy. I know. Yeah. I'm sorry. I have nothing really slanderous.
I know. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not going to destroy my career on your show here. Well, you're making the smart move.
Thank
Shut
you.
up, Bill. Shut up. Let me do my job.
Make a good point.
What did Brad and Angie eat?
Ruiner.
I actually cooked for him
over the
when he
years.
was still with Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, really?
Hey, does her pussy smell?
Oh, God.
Ian, you're with me on
No,
this.
just out of curiosity.
I can smell it from here.
No, we have a
today.
theory. That's the reason.
She has French in her, so of course.
She wants to be married. She doesn't even have a boyfriend. So our theory is that the pussy
But
smells.
I want to be married.
And she knows how to
cook.
girlfriend. Doesn't mean
She
my
knows how
cock
to cook.
stinks.
Who, Jennifer?
My sources have told me the puss smells, and it just drives people just a million miles away.
French guy.
Yes.
You've heard that too?
I have to say, they wanted to bottle the smell for France. Hermes, you know Hermes? Yes. And I thought it was the best move.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is going great.
I'd like to interject at
Jennifer
this
Aniston.
moment.
Is Jennifer Aniston, a C, or what do you got on her?
She nice?
Is she nice?
I actually never met her.
Really?
Only Brad. Yes.
Okay, that's the closest you're going to get to a
You
confirmation.
told me you made that with a... Come on
Can
now.
you give us a story about one celebrity that you've worked for who acted like a bit of a cunt? Just one.
There you go.
Yeah.
You choose the one. You choose the one.
Ian, help us out here.
Gary Coleman.
Give it to us straight from the
You guys
hip.
are really going to put me in this position?
No,
Absolutely.
we won't
someone-
tell anyone.
Someone you wouldn't want to work for
Male
again.
or female?
Yeah, anyone.
Yes.
Anyone means male or female.
Come
yes.
on, Madonna. How was she?
How was
Oh,
Madge?
we had it right there, and he just derailed it with that last question. It was right there.
Bill.
It was right there.
Right there with you.
Come on. Had it.
Yeah.
Come on.
You shouldn't go on
Let's
talk
go.
show things.
Good.
Don't be shy, Amir.
Amir.
Amir, baby.
Do it.
Tell me all.
He's making it worse. She keeps about ready to give it up. These guys are the worst.
I know.
Let me think about that and get back to me in 5 minutes, all right?
She was also the Chili Peppers cook for
really?
several years.
So she has no
You know when
story
they were
on them
making
as
their
well.
last album, she called me and
Tell us all the people
Rick
that you
Rubin
wanna
was
talk
producing,
about.
and she put the phone up, and I heard them, making the album. Where was that house?
It was in Rick Rubin's recording studio in Laurel Canyon.
That's
And it sounded like shit, but the album sounded. The final product was great.
Yeah.
But when she put up that phone, man, I thought it was like Anthony jamming in his basement or something.
So who was a bit of a
Wow.
prick? There has to be one. I mean,
Yeah, somebody.
I've worked with Richard Voss. He's been notoriously nice to people, and for me, he was just a douche.
Can I talk about who is really nice?
Nah.
No, what is entertaining and
Nice
fuck do you
isn't
think
nice.
you are?
But
Very
who was?
nice.
But
No
who
one
was?
likes
Who
nice.
was actually? I know one of them was. I give up Richard Voss. I mean,
Who
nobody
are
else
you, who, are
badmouths
you,
him.
who are you moderately perturbed with? We'll start with that. Let's.
Yeah.
At
likes
the
to enter the
beginning,
pool
we
in
had
a
a
shallow
little bit
end.
of a difficult time with Madonna because she was super cheap.
Is she a chiseler?
There we go.
Is she a chiseler? Okay, well,
I've actually heard that.
I've heard the same thing. I know somebody
That's
who knows
all I'm
her.
going to give you.
Well, no. What's cheap? What constitutes cheap? Because she's. I mean, I know what she
cheap with
is.
herself.
She really she really argued with us about what she wanted to pay. And
By how much? Like, by what percentage did she not want to? Like, if you were saying we want $10,000 a month or whatever it is you get, she was saying I want to give you $2,000 or I want to give
Well,
you
she
$8,000.
actually never gave us numbers that she wanted to pay. She just didn't want to pay what we were requesting,
So
which
what
was pretty low to begin with because we were just starting out.
So that Kabbalah's getting to her.
See?
So what finally happened?
Here
We came to an arrangement. And
How much did
everything
you have to
worked
compromise by?
out. In the end, we did not compromise.
So you got her up?
Yes.
How did you get her up?
Just by saying we weren't going to compromise and explaining how much work it took to perform and give her what she wanted. And
So she was kind of hoping that she could be cheap with you because she is who she is and that you would do it just to work with her.
Exactly.
So I heard she's very difficult to work with. I mean, I know people that know her, and I've heard she's very difficult and demanding and, again, doesn't want to pay.
yeah, I didn't. She was actually really nice to us when we were at the house.
Oh.
So most of my interactions at that point were with her assistant, so it's hard to know if things got difficult, if it was her or
Kind
if
of sounds
it
like
was her
she's just a
assistant,
shrewd
but
business person.
she's very shrewd.
This story really is going nowhere. She negotiated with you, and in the end, you agreed on a price, and then she was rather pleasant.
I think this is why you're a celebrity cook, because people know.
What is this, NPR today?
Yes.
That even if you're a cunt, that you're just not going to be able to tell the story good enough about it.
Pretty much.
No, she's a shrewd business person. That's what I got out of that. All right.
Ian, help us out here.
I think there was
punch us up.
Dude, I'm so glad to be here. Let's get some callers on the line. Look, who here right now? If Madonna walks through the studio here, hands up, who will bang her right now?
Oh, he's going edgy. He's going edgy.
Frenchie would?
I'd bang
I would
Madonna.
because I hear she has special ways of doing things, you know?
Look, I'm challenging
Special
Madonna.
ways
I would bang her
of
right
doing
now and put it on YouTube.
I hear she loves the anal.
Anal.
Yes, she lubricates her ass with formaldehyde.
She loves the anal. Yeah.
Did he say loves the anal.
Yeah.
The anal. I love loves the anal.
Ian, you got any scoops today?
What
any
is
blind
France
items? Anything?
Yeah, we got a one blind item was that a Gary Coleman, close friend of his, and I just can't say the friend,
Todd Bridges,
who is
okay,
in
go
the
ahead.
entertainment business.
Todd Bridges, yes.
Is saying that the
Mr.
police
Drummond.
are contemplating murder charges.
Well, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum.
I called this a while ago.
You called that?
Immediately, the second I saw that wife, ex/wife,
you
of his,
can't.
I said, there's something going on with her, and it doesn't look good.
You got it, man.
Very suspect of her, and I don't think even with these suspicions going around that the cops aren't at least looking into this,
right,
and seeing what happened. He fell down. Come on.
And the wound was really bad, right? The head
And
wound was really bad.
At his size, even if he falls down, it's not that big a fall. Is
They
it?
can tell.
Exactly,
They
little
can
donkey.
tell.
It's not
that big a fall.
It's just a little.
They can absolutely tell if by his weight and height whether he can fall down, hit his head, and make a wound that would have bled like it did, or not, or
right.
fucked his brain up, or if it's an impact from a fucking
Frying pan.
or a ball.
It's almost not even
Or his
fair.
lantern.
No, yeah, his lantern. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
I only just got that. Sorry, it took a while.
You got those over there in Australia?
We got a blind item as well that's coming in from Lou in New York. Lou?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey, real fast.
French guy, it sounds like your accent kind of gets stronger and weaker as you're talking. Where are you actually from?
Oh, shit, you're faking your
I
accent.
am from, you know, where the other side.
Yeah. So this is
They fight back.
You know, I'm an expert at foot massage. I walk over people's bodies. If you want to lie down, I'll give you the foot
Yeah, you
massage.
did that to
I'll
Michael
help you
Jackson.
over.
Oh, can you do that?
I think I'll pass.
Oh, rejected in front of a million people.
Why didn't you lay down and I'll walk on you? That works.
No problem.
All
All
right.
right, let's do that.
He's a good sport. He's up for anything.
Dude, I'm
Oh, God.
very zen.
Yeah.
You're certainly very...
Let's go. Take off your shoes.
Here we go. He's going to have a woman walk over his back.
Some
Mint?
Fabre or something? For the feet?
Fabre?
And so
What are you, the French guy? You mean Febreze? Jesus.
Okay, so let's
Oh,
go.
I got some
walk on
fucking
your back?
Yes,
Windex.
you can walk on my back.
Yeah, Windex
This is great. Mr. Bentley
I
is
didn't
going
know
to
this
fucking...
would be like a massage session.
Yeah, what
you
the
know.
fuck? Now we got
Opie and Anthony
Dr.
massage.
Z, who, what do you like, what would you consider yourself, a sex expert?
Yeah, psychologist and sex
sex
expert.
Psychologist
No, I'm
and
also
sex
a
expert.
So why?
back massage
We
specialist.
have a lot in common.
Oh, we have a lot in common.
Yes.
All I keep hearing is that stupid tape Arnold Schwarzenegger was playing in fucking True Lies.
Yeah.
Do it slowly.
You got the touch,
Do it
baby.
Up and
with
atom.
feeling.
Hey, can we get a mic on Ian?
He's got one right next
Ian, you all right down there?
Oh man, this feels. This is
Like
it's
a
gonna
woman.
Make me come in a few minutes.
Like a woman.
It doesn't
Come
take
in a
much,
few minutes.
does it?
Why? Fucking. What is he doing? He's
You're not
laying
really
down on the-
walking over him. You're just standing on him.
Massage.
I hope you're laying in fucking
Just jump up and
Bobo's
down or something.
pre-cum on that rug.
Well, I see a lot of stains here, guys. A lot of stains on this
Yeah, there's
rug.
plenty of stains on the rug, and none of them are good.
While you walk on his back, does the French guy have a sex question for the sex expert?
Yes, French
Dr. Z.
guy.
That's why she's here. She's
Yes.
very, very talented.
She's a sex expert, so you
I
know.
just want to know.
Everyone in France is a sex
People
expert.
outside
Of
are
course
trying
they
to
are.
figure out
They do a
the
course at school.
Yes.
What do you got, Frenchie?
Dr. Z,
Yes.
when do you know the good time for anal sex with a woman?
Good time?
I have to precise
Yeah.
because here we
When
have
the
the
roofie
UK.
kicks in.
Yeah. Drink number
When the-
12. After the fifth punch.
Well, first you obviously have to put your tongue or your finger in there, and if she likes it,
In the anal?
In the anal. In the anal.
In
Anal.
the ass.
yeah, so
okay.
obviously, if she likes that, then
I don't like
it's
to kiss
a
them.
green light to do more. I wouldn't just kind of
Yeah?
surprise her at 6 a.m. in the
Hey,
morning.
Frenchie, you dip your tongue in there, you go into the stink?
For sure.
Yeah? All
For
right.
sure. All the way. But one time I was with a UK girl.
Yeah.
And-
They're the easiest women on earth, my
No, and I put my thumb in.
Yeah.
And she turned around mad at me and she said, "No way!" And
Yeah.
before she knew it, my penis was in there. So,
Oh, wow.
and then she loved it.
There you go.
Which
English
was,
girls,
thank
yeah.
God, smaller than the thumb.
So how do you know when they mean yes and when they mean no?
Well,
When they say no,
with English girls, one in the pink and one in the stink is one in the pussy and one in their mouth.
yes.
Some
All right, listen.
there's some British accents that you, when you're fucking a chick, it's just shut up, don't talk. Seriously,
All right,
you're
listen.
killing me here.
Hold on one second.
Killing
Now,
I mean, I would just keep trying. If she's
all
not
right, all right.
slapping you, then she probably likes it.
No,
Yeah.
I asked her to slap me. I like that. It's
All right,
good.
hold on.
So no slap means yes.
The show's getting even busier. We got Dana White on the phone here.
Oh, my God. How's
yeah,
this going
Dana,
to work
you picked a crazy day, sir.
Yes, I did.
I don't even know how to explain what's going on today.
And Jim's being so quiet.
What's
Yeah.
up, Dana?
How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Good.
You in Vancouver now?
I
You
am.
are amazing. You've done this.
Oh, Ian, we're on the phone. Hold on.
Do it on the.
Oh my God, he's just talking into the rug.
I wish he was wrapped in it, bleeding from the temple.
Dana, it's crazy in here.
Yeah, we got like
getting
12
an
people in
asthma
studio
We have
today.
like 12 microphones on, but I'm trying to turn off some of these mics.
Hey, are you worried about Liddell fighting?
No.
Because
No,
you
not
had
about
said that he wasn't going to fight again in the UFC, and Reed Harris sent me a photo of him. He looks better than I've ever seen him look.
It's incredible, man. And that was my big beef with him. My big beef was that he wasn't, he wasn't doing the right thing. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, which is train and stay in shape and stay out of the nightclubs. He was out, partying all the time, and the fact that he's taken this thing so serious and gotten in such great shape, I feel great about it.
I couldn't believe last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, it was like a little over a week ago when you fucking dumped Tito. You really, you don't play games. I could not believe that you booted him off the show.
Yeah. Well, the reality is, in the show, these guys are supposed to fight at the end, and Tito basically came out and said he wasn't going to fight. So,
but
you need to be there.
You sit there in the office. He's like, "Come on, I got one more guy fighting," and you're like, "Yeah, I know." And you just kind of left him hanging there to go, "Oh, all right." And that was really embarrassing for him.
I don't think so. I don't think it was embarrassing for him. I mean, what did he expect me to do when he came out and said, "Hey, listen, I'm not going to fight Chuck"?
I think he thought
No,
you'd
I got
replace
hurt.
him, but not in the show.
Yeah.
I think he was shocked that you actually yanked him. And boy, you guys got a picture of fucking Rich Franklin pretty quick. You guys have that rolled up in the back waiting? Who's a better fight?
Dude, that was the best episode, though, as far as everything. That dude who quit in the ring.
Oh, you watch it? Okay.
Oh, my God.
Bill Burr in studio.
Oh, I didn't know you were a
really
fan, Bill.
funny guy.
Yeah, no, it's the best reality show on TV as far as every other one. There's some sort of bitchy way that you get kicked off the show. That show, you literally get beaten out of the house. It's fucking awesome.
That's how it should be with all these. That's how it should be with all these shows.
This dude quit. I know. This dude quit on the stool.
Jamie
and
Yeager.
Yeah, and everyone was just like, "What a fucking pussy." And I'm just sitting there going, "I probably would have."
The guy that Norton said would win last time.
I know. I really do prove how little I know about Ultimate Fighting, because I thought that guy was unbeatable. I was like the guy that he punks out in a fucking club. And Josh beat him, and Josh was a small guy who I thought was going to get the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, I know. Everybody thought that was going to happen. Except, you know what you got to look at too? How great of a coach Chuck is. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if you remember the beginning of the season where I was kind of ragging on the guys that he
his
picked.
picks. Yeah,
I was blown away. And then Tito was like high-fiving everybody because he had the best team. But Chuck's a real good with strategy, knows fighting, and really did a great coaching job.
I think you were. It's very. I was when you were in the studio, and I'm like, "Oh, Yeager's gonna win the whole thing." What a fucking! How did you not just spit on me and go, "You're a dumb motherfucker"?
Because I just took a cheap shot at you, actually, because I knew the results before, but I said the same thing. Yeager looked so good in his first few fights. It's like, man, this kid's gonna be tough to beat. We actually just started filming the new season last week. And the fights are ready this season. The fights are, listen to this, the fights are so good this season. And there's a few kids that I really like on this season. I'm in Vancouver. I almost flew back to Vegas for the fight yesterday. I seriously was contemplating jumping on the plane and flying back to Vegas just to watch the fight yesterday.
So you start shooting the next season. The finals between McRae and McGee have not happened, right?
Right.
When are they happening, tonight?
No, the finale is, you talking about the finale?
Yeah, when actually McRae fights Court McGee.
Chuck Liddell and Rich Franklin fight tomorrow, and then next week is the finale.
So the coaches, one of them has to lose that fight and then go to their guys' fight?
Yeah.
Rich Franklin, do you think he matches up better against Liddell than Tito did? Because I think that everyone knew that Chuck would have beat the shit out of Tito again.
A lot of people were asking me that. I do think it's a good matchup. And I also think that Rich Franklin is very underrated, a very underrated fighter. Plus, you know what else? Not a lot of people have been talking about, but this card is sick. Paulo Thiago is fighting Martin Kampmann on this card, too. And the guy who wins that fight is in the mix in the 170-pound division. Heavyweights, Gilbert Ivell and Ben Rothwell. Carlos Condit and Rory McDonald are fighting on this card. And a big fight that everybody's talking about on the prelims that people want to see is Tyson Griffin and Evan Dunham.
Yes. Yeah. He's probably the best-looking one, isn't he? He's really your movie star that you had.
He's a big movie star. I think he should get a nose job personally because
we were waiting for that.
Out of this world.
But then he gets to smell the stinky vagina more accurately than everybody else. But
that's true. That's
and
true
he can
too.
fuck it.
What about Bruni?
A lot of women think the bigger the nose, the bigger everything else.
No.
Yeah, the bigger the nose, the bigger the boogers.
Is Carlo?
The bigger the nose, the bigger the yarmulke.
The bigger the loan.
Why can't they just judge the cock? Why do you have to go for feet and noses?
Fuck. You can't see the cock.
Yeah, but a girl like you don't have to go, oh, he's got a big nose, he's got a big cock, he's got big feet, he's got a big cock. A girl like you just ask to see the cock.
Yeah, let me see
We'll show you.
And you'll see it.
Okay,
who do you...
But in private.
He said just ask.
But in private, you know.
Okay.
I've heard every part of the male body they'll say, well, that women have said that. Oh, big ears, big dick. It's like, really? Just fucking big sit on your back. That must be a big dick.
Big cock.
Yeah.
So what is big cock? What is that? Big feet?
Does a woman with a big foot has a big vagina?
No.
Maybe. Well, I think she has a longer. They say that Asian women who are smaller in general do have shorter vaginal canal and smaller in general. So.
That's because they're shorter. That just stands to reason. That's just.
And usually shorter people have shorter feet.
Yeah. So you're quite a tall girl. So what are you saying?
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty loose. Loosey goosey.
Very tight. You know why I do my
Did
Kegling?
Evil Knievel ever have a fake
Elevator
stunt?
Kegels is the key.
A failed stunt.
Parachute ever deployed before he hit the other thigh?
Elevator Kegels, guys, is the key.
Kegel, elevator.
Yeah, but you don't know for sure. No man's going to tell you if it's big.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You can. I have an incredible
No,
strength because
you
I do
don't.
Kegeling all the time.
Yeah, can he crack walnuts?
So I can actually squeeze. I can actually make a guy come just from squeezing my muscles.
Really?
Which
one? Train them. You gotta train those muscles.
13-year-old boy
show
that's
us on
looking at
Anthony.
porno for the whole day. What? What am I saying?
My girlfriend can
Who has a bigger dick? Let us know. Opie or Anthony? Just look at them.
God, I wish. I'm not that clairvoyant.
You're not clairvoyant?
I'm sorry, Opie, but I reckon Anthony would have a bigger cock out of the two of you.
Well, let's vote. Let's see who thinks.
I can only go based on what happened in Boston.
Yeah, the Massachusetts thing.
I think Anthony has a bigger one, but I'd rather touch Opie's.
Yeah. I bet you I think Opie probably has bigger balls. Like, I bet his balls hang lower. He has a bigger bag.
I reckon Opie has silky fucking pubes as well, like that blonde, like really soft,
silky.
Yeah,
No, I don't.
I don't have any shaves.
Coarse and red.
Yeah, I got.
Wow.
Bill Burr probably knows.
Bill,
just because he's got the red hair thing happening.
Sienna.
Yeah.
Sienna.
They look like Montgomery from Fame.
We do have to get out of here.
Yeah,
Ron
Fez.
Who do you think has a bigger dick, LeBron James or Anthony?
Oh, well, come on.
Now you've got me thinking,
Fucking gotta give it to LeBron.
Yeah, we just gotta compare and
Gotta give it
I'll be
to him.
happy to measure you guys.
I bet I could
and
bottom
line
out
up.
in you, though. I bet I could hit cervix.
I don't know about that.
I bet I could hit cervix.
yeah?
He's got a long
I'll
arm.
hit
She's
fucking
big,
cervix.
this one.
Huh?
She's big and long. Yeah, you're long.
She's like the Eurotunnel.
I don't know how long.
The Eurostar.
That's a good one when you bang the bushing inside. When you hit the little bushing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And then they kind of go like, ow.
When you hear
makes
like-
you feel good.
I'm just happy if I fucking clear the hair and hit the lips.
That's right. It's when you hear like cartilage cracking.
Yeah.
It's like someone snapped someone's nose.
Jesus.
Cartilage.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get the plugs in. Dr. Z, we start with you. Ladies first. What do you got going on?
I'll be
again?
showing my tits in Atlantic City.
I'm a doctor.
I don't think Bill's a fan of yours, Dr. Z.
I'm playing around.
I'm catching a vibe here.
I think he
Dr.
is.
Z.
Yeah. What do you got going on?
Could you give me a referral to Dr. C?
I'll be in D.C. at the Stadium Club,
joking,
and I
fucking.
might even show you my tits. I don't know, depending on what mood I am in. I'm going to be promoting Sin Energy drinks, signing my posters, giving away toys.
So really contributing.
Pictures. Yeah, contributing
To society.
Yeah, that whole doctor.
peace and love.
Yes, Bill.
That whole doctor thing, it's really like, it's on the same level of like the honorary degree at this point. It's like everybody's a doctor.
Like Dr. William H. Cosby
Yeah, you're
Jr.
a doctor, yet you're on television and stuff like that.
yeah.
That dude with the scrubs on Oprah.
Oh, right.
I love how they got to go out
Hey,
and
you're
dress
just
like their
jealous 'cause you
jobs.
guys are not, okay? You're
Oh,
just
Bill.
jealous.
Oh
You're
yeah,
jealous.
I wish I was on TV. Jesus.
No, you're jealous
I
that she's a doctor and
I'm
you're
a
not.
doctor.
Oh, then I'm a doctor. That's exactly it.
You don't
That's
know
it.
me.
There's some
That's
jealousy
exactly
there,
what it
Bill.
is. Yeah,
I could be
That's
a doctor.
exactly
There's
what
some
it is.
jealousy there, Bill.
Totally.
That's the creepiest look you were giving her, Danny.
It's exactly what it is. I like how they have to like dress like their jobs now. Not you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying like that guy. That guy in Oprah. The guy who comes out in the scrubs like he's going to deliver a baby.
Well, just in
like
case
it's
you
not
can-
enough to say that he's a doctor.
But he's got to wear the
Yeah,
uniform.
he actually looks like he's going to a Halloween party, dressed like he's got the stethoscope and all that shit.
Just in case, he might need it.
It turns chicks on, you know.
You're
what?
a doctor.
You might
Wear the
wanna
uniform.
try it.
Have some pride.
You might want to try it. Wear scrubs. put
Oh,
the
what are you saying
stethoscope,
about Bill Burr?
Yeah, so you're saying
and you know
just
what?
lie
You might
about our
pick up
lives.
some chicks.
Yeah, just be a liar.
Yeah, why don't you impersonate a job that women enjoy?
Yeah.
How about impersonate a cop? Knock on the door and just rape them.
Yeah, exactly.
Impersonate the oil delivery guy and fucking ravage the family.
Dressed like an old school. Dressed like Matlock.
Yeah, get one of those like big mirror. Whatever happened to those circle mirror discs?
The old mirror on the head that the doctors used to
That's
wear.
really sexy. And you
What was
just
the purpose behind
Sexy.
that?
You look like a Marx brother.
I was the only way that he had light that they could shine it down
When I
people's
was a
shine it
little
down your
kid,
vagina. It's kind of sexy.
nice.
my doctor used to smoke. I remember this in the fucking office, like as you came in, like you'd have an ashtray. But you're
British.
French.
British
Everyone
are like-
smokes in France. In France,
we
man,
all smoke.
people are like smoking in cancer wards.
Yeah.
Just like,
We don't care.
Holding it like this.
yeah.
Smoking everywhere. Thank heaven for chemotherapy.
Because chemo makes me stronger every day.
We unfortunately have to get out of here now. So,
The French.
Bill's at Caroline's.
Yes, I am.
Hello,
Tonight
Bill.
and tomorrow, 212-757-4100. And let's
Yes.
not forget the podcast you do.
Yes.
That's a fine podcast
Yes.
as well. Available on iTunes.
Monday morning podcast.
Bill's Monday morning podcast. Jim Jefferies, Stress Factory.
I don't have any extracurriculum things that I do whatsoever.
No. And the Wilbur Theater for Boston.
And the
second
Wilbur
show
Theatre,
added.
yeah, we just put on a second show for
Nice.
that, and we just booked in Club Nokia in LA, and I'm gonna need to sell some tickets for that.
Right the fuck on. Frenchie, you got anything?
No.
Thank God.
Nothing.
Chef, you're good?
No.
I'm good. Thank you.
I'll be cooking for
I forgot she
the
was
guy
here.
that played soldier number 3 in Platoon.
Yeah. And do you want to know something really naughty about him? He had peanut butter.
Oh, my God.
That might be the best gig I'll get from now on after this show.
Damn. Could be right.
come
She
on,
did let
everybody
the
have
cat out of
fun.
the bag.
You gave
Said
up too
something
much
about
today, huh?
Toby and his Snickers bar or something.
Ian Halperin, what do you got?
It's His Highness to everybody, and I have the movie coming out June 25th, 9 o'clock.
When are you coming out?
2-hour special. I'm going home with Z. Z and I are gonna,
You love my back massage so
it's
much.
the first film to play in 50 countries, 50 different languages on one day. It's called Gone Too Soon. I want to thank everyone for being here today, especially
Star Wars didn't
Z.
do that?
And
right?
Z.
I hope you didn't get the rug burn from that.
No, you know what? Seriously, you know how you got the moves. Definitely, I could say it firsthand right now. Those
You're gonna be
feet,
a star.
I
those
want to know
feet,
better.
those feet. You know,
You've got the look that's all
when you go
together.
to the Hollywood Walk of Fame,
Those
they're gonna
shampoo commercials he's stealing
implant
from?
your feet.
Yeah, what are you doing?
right,
Baby, you're going to make it after all.
I'm going to
I'll put you in the movies.
Who do you think's
I'm
gonna?
waiting for the line. I'll put you in the movie.
Who's going to the Walk of Fame first, me or Anthony?
Walk of Fame.
Walk of Fame. What, you think they're just fucking giving these things away?
It's only $5,000,
Like, if
man.
they're giving it out to you, it'll fucking start reaching San Diego.
Ian, we're trying to get out of here.
All right, peace out, peace out.
Jimmy, you good?
Ciao, ciao, everybody.
I got the.
Bonjour, talk to
All right.
Merci,
Shut
au revoir.
up. I got
Bientôt.
plug. Shut up.
Jimmy's
Gone Too
plug.
Soon.
All right, we
Super
get it.
film.
Throw the white flag up.
Michael Jackson.
Boo.
God.
Chicago Just for Laughs, Vic Theater next Friday the 18th. I got 2 shows with Greg Giraldo, The Nasty Show, and then July 2-3, Borgata Casino in Atlantic City.
Just make believe that mic stand is a rifle and get it as far away from it as possible.
Oh, see,
Spit
because
it
you
out.
guys were
See, because they
too
threw their
long.
guns
Cowards.
down.
Yeah.
Too long.
TGIF.
See, it was
All right,
desertion.
all right, let's start our weekends.
Dude, TGIFs are like fucking clubs over there. Like
Yeah?
they party. I just
Really?
figured I'd add that to end the
like
show.
that? To end the show. That's a good note to end the show.
TGIF, thank God I felch.
Let's get out of here.
All right.